What is an ESG value proposition analysis, and how do I do one? Value propositions should be so key. They're central. They're the central part of your ESG strategy. How you create value through your ESG activities is really core. Once you understand that, once you understand what is important for your business and how you create value from it, then you can go on, you can build a very strong and solid ESG strategy and policy and create value for your business, create value for your stakeholders. Value creation and risk mitigation should be the lens through which you approach ESG. Your ESG-related activities should be looked at through that lens, always. You get it right for your business. Understand your value creation and your risk mitigation, and then you understand the value creation and risk mitigation for your stakeholders from those activities. That is going to give you an incredibly solid approach that will do well for you over time and will serve to get the biggest return from your ESG investments, return for your business and return for your stakeholders. Every ESG-related activity should create value and/or mitigate risk. It should add value to your business, and it should have positive effects on your stakeholders. An ESG value proposition analysis lets you quickly understand where you're straying from that. Are you missing value creation opportunities? Are you doing ESG activities that don't have a clear value proposition for your business or for your stakeholders? Start by simply listing your ESG activities. What are you doing in relation to environment? What are your key activities and issues related to environment? What are your key issues and activities related to social issues? How are you setting up governance structures around those issues? Once you have that list, ask yourself for each one, how does this create value for my business? How does it mitigate risk for my business? If you can't answer those questions, then you really need to take a fundamental look at why you're doing it. Once you've answered those questions for your business, then you ask, which of my stakeholders does this activity create value for or mitigate risk? Or are there stakeholders that this activity creates risk for and destroys value? Because you want to know that as well. Don't just do it externally. Don't just look at external stakeholders. Look at your internal stakeholders too. How are your ESG activities creating value for your finance team? How are they creating value and mitigating risk for your HR team, for your corporate affairs, for your compliance people? These are all important. Look at, same thing, look externally. How is this affecting you in terms of the community you operate in terms of your employees, in terms of your regulators? In your management approach, your strategic approach to this, you want to look at how you can increase value and mitigate risk for each stakeholder, internal and external. What is the fundamental value proposition for each of your ESG activities that addresses value creation and risk mitigation internally and externally? Understand that and hold on to this information, because once you understand those value propositions, some you'll have good data around, you'll be able to have quantifiable data and indicators. Others, your data may not be that strong, so make plans to get better data going forward. You don't have to be perfect to start. Data is important, and identify where you're not able to really quantify your value impact, your risk mitigation impact, gather that. But remember those value creation touch points for your stakeholders, because when you go to reporting and communicating on ESG, when you're doing your ESG report, when you're communicating to your key stakeholders about your ESG impact and activities, you're going to want to be able to focus on those specific values, those value creation touch points for your various stakeholders, those risk mitigation touch points. You can learn more about ESG reporting and communication in other videos and writings. You can follow the links before. But remember, what is really key is understand your fundamental value propositions. What are the value propositions for every one of your ESG activities and touch points? Understand them, understand the value propositions for your business, the risk mitigation, and for external stakeholders. Once you do that piece of homework, that is going to give you a framework. It's going to guide you in all of the rest of your activities. Some you may find there's not really a strong value proposition. You probably want to look at whether or not you want to continue them. Others, there might be a very strong value proposition, but you're not doing very much in it. So that may be where you want to focus more time and energy. But understanding those fundamental value propositions is key to managing this strategically and capturing the value that you can get from it.
At the CSR ESG Institute, we're here to help you do more, be more, and achieve more. Our goal is to make your business stronger, better, more resilient, and more competitive, at the same time as you create social value and support the environment and ecosystems. For more information on how our team can support you, visit us at csrtraininginstitute.com or email our president and founder, Wayne Dunn, directly at wayne@csrtraininginstitute.com. Join us and create value and impact where business meets community.